The city had promised everything: opportunities, excitement, and endless possibilities. But for him, the skyscrapers felt like cages, the constant honking like a never-ending war, and the crowded streets suffocating his spirit. Every day began with the same frantic routine: waking up to alarms, navigating traffic, attending meetings that felt meaningless, and returning home exhausted, only to repeat it all the next day. His apartment, despite being luxurious, felt empty and cold. He began to question everything: the definition of success, the meaning of happiness, and what life truly meant. One evening, as he sat by his window watching the city lights flicker like artificial stars, he realized he had lost touch with himself. He remembered his childhood visits to his ancestral village, mornings filled with birdsong, fresh air, the smell of wet soil after the rain, and the simplicity that brought a smile to everyone's face. The memory of the village, so alive and pure, called out to him like a distant melody. That night, he made a decision that would shock his friends, family, and colleagues alike. He chose a life that seemed backward to others but felt forward to him. He decided to leave the city behind and embrace the village. It wasn't a choice made in haste. It was a choice made from the depths of a tired heart craving authenticity. From that moment, he knew one thing: he would never look back. The city might tempt him with its glitter, but the village promised freedom, and this time he would answer the call. Packing his belongings was harder than he expected, not because of the physical effort, but because of the mental and emotional shift. Friends questioned him. "Why would you leave everything behind?" they asked. "You're throwing your career away." His family, though supportive in subtle ways, couldn't hide their worry. Yet, he felt a strange excitement amidst the uncertainty, a feeling that he had been waiting for years without realizing it. The journey to the village itself was symbolic, a slow unwinding from the relentless pace of city life. Each mile brought him closer to simplicity, to silence, to the rhythm of nature. As the car passed the fields, the rivers, the small homes surrounded by lush greenery, he felt a weight lift off his shoulders. When he finally arrived, the village seemed almost frozen in time, untouched by the chaos of modern life. Children played barefoot on dusty roads. Elders greeted him with warm smiles, and the scent of fresh bread and herbs filled the air. He rented a small home near the edge of a forest, where mornings began with the songs of birds and evenings faded into the hum of crickets. Life was not easy here. Chores, farming, and community responsibilities awaited him, but they felt meaningful. For the first time in years, he felt awake, present, and connected. The village, with all its imperfections and raw beauty, welcomed him not as a visitor, but as one of its own. Every small act, from fetching water to helping neighbors, became a meditation, a way to reconnect with himself and the earth. Village life was not without its hurdles. City life had spoiled him with convenience, technology, and instant solutions. Now, every day demanded effort: tending to the garden, drawing water, cooking meals from scratch, and walking longer distances than he had imagined. The first few weeks were physically exhausting, but they were also transformative. He learned to rise with the sun, to value every drop of water, every grain of rice, and every moment of silence. The villagers, at first skeptical of the city man who had abandoned success, slowly grew to respect him as they saw his dedication. He helped repair a neighbor's roof, joined the elders during harvest, and shared stories by the fire in the evenings. Evenings, once spent staring at screens, were now filled with conversations under the stars, the smell of wood smoke lingering in the air. Gradually, he realized that happiness wasn't hidden in luxury cars or fancy apartments. It was here in the simplicity, the hard work, and the connection with people who genuinely cared. Each day, he felt stronger, healthier, and more alive. The laughter of children playing, the calls of the animals, the smell of wet earth after rain. These small, seemingly mundane moments became treasures. Slowly, the fear of missing out, the anxiety, and the restlessness melted away. He discovered patience, humility, and gratitude, qualities he hadn't nurtured in years. For the first time, he was not running after life. He was living it. As months passed, the village became more than just a home. It became a purpose. He began to contribute not just physically, but creatively, documenting the beauty of village life through sketches, photos, and stories. Children started learning from him. Neighbors sought advice, and even city visitors found solace in his words about slow living. He realized that by stepping away from the chaos, he could offer something valuable: knowledge, creativity, and perspective. Every act, whether small or large, mattered. The fields he tended yielded crops. The water he carried nourished life. And the community he embraced thrived with his energy. Nights were peaceful, filled with stars and soft winds, and he understood the real meaning of wealth: contentment, love, and connection. Life became cyclical, natural, and deeply fulfilling. Even the hardest days, when storms came or crops failed, were lessons in resilience. He learned to work with nature rather than fight it, to accept what could not be changed, and to cherish every simple joy. Village life, once perceived as slow and boring, had become the most exciting adventure of his life. His heart, once heavy with city pressures, now felt light, open, and free. In helping others, he discovered himself. In silence, he found wisdom. And in every sunrise, he found hope. Years passed, and the change in him was undeniable. Friends who mocked his decision now watched in awe as he flourished. The man who once chased material success now radiated peace, strength, and purpose. His body was stronger, his mind calmer, and his heart fuller. Village life had reshaped him from the inside out. He learned skills he never thought he would need: farming, repairing, cooking. But each skill gave him independence and joy. The relationships he built became deeper than any he had known in the city. Bonds with neighbors, children, elders, and nature itself created a sense of belonging he had never felt. The city still beckoned occasionally, offering opportunities and temptations, but he no longer felt incomplete without it. He understood that life was not about racing against time or accumulating wealth, but about living fully in each moment. With every passing season, he became a living testament to the power of choice, courage, and simplicity. The village had not just given him a home, it had given him a life he loved, one that aligned with his values and dreams. Looking back, he could barely recognize the man who left the city years ago. The fear, anxiety, and constant pressure were replaced by serenity, strength, and fulfillment. He had chosen village life, and in doing so, had chosen himself. Each morning, the sun rose over fields of gold. Birds sang in perfect harmony, and the air smelled of life itself. His days were filled with purpose, and his nights with gratitude. The villagers had become his family, the land his sanctuary, and the lifestyle his teacher. He no longer measured success by money, possessions, or fame, but by laughter, love, and connection. Visitors often asked him how he could live so simply, to which he would smile and say, "I didn't leave anything behind. I found everything I was looking for." His story became an inspiration, a reminder that happiness is not always in the loudest, busiest places, but in the quiet corners of life. Village life, with all its simplicity, challenges, and beauty, had transformed him into a man who was truly alive. And every day, he woke with a heart full of gratitude, knowing he had made the right choice, one he would never regret.